Hello guys, it's Mark from the Facilities Management Exchange here again, but this time with episode 3. Episode 3 is going to be very, very different. We're going to be focused on technology and how technology enables facilities management. We've got 3 terrific guests. You're going to meet them in a minute. Enjoy yourselves. See you soon.
If you've got a can-do mindset, an attitude that you want to succeed, you will do great things and you will go forward very quickly.
And I just turned round forward and bolted.
And you can ask any one of us in this room, and we'll either point you in the right direction or give you enough numbers for that.
Of course. It's the day that we can stand back and actually appreciate what we've done, and it's actually appreciate what the country has given us in return and what we've given to the country.
AI is never going to prevent a flood.
And I think at points we didn't think we was really going to be able to pull it off.
No.
Yeah.
But
did you pull it off?
Oh yeah.
And then some.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot more Sam.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of the Facilities Management Exchange. Anyway, I've been away for about 2.5 weeks. I went to the States, spent loads of money. I'm really skint, so I've got to do another episode, to be fair, to bring the dollars in. You know, well, not dollars, pounds, because it's expensive at the minute over here. Anyway, another great episode for everybody. We are joined today by Damian MacManus,
Yes.
Josh Slade, and the incomparable McIver. How you doing, boys? You all right?
All good, mate. All good.
Yeah,
Very
how's
good,
tricks?
thank you very much.
Living the dream
Living the dream.
every day.
What have you been up to today?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
I know you've not been working hard, Josh, but you're about.
I still haven't figured out Minesweeper, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
No. Get close though.
Yeah?
Yeah. A lot of technical submittals, a lot of problems that people that get a little bit too technical for normal people to deal with, and then we kind of get dumped with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm sure all of us probably
So you
felt-
guys are the problem solvers then, is that what you're saying?
and the problems.
Yeah. Well, just to explain to the
Depends who
audience.
you ask, Mark.
Yeah.
It definitely depends who you ask.
Right, okay. Well, listen, just to explain to our listeners, this is actually a very different episode to the Facilities Management Exchange. And it's also an episode that we wanted to do early on in our first series. We wanted to focus in on different roles within the facilities management sphere. And all of these gentlemen that are here today, they've agreed to come and share their stories, actually operate within the technical world across facilities management. They deal with everything that makes a business or a building run. They deal with, in fact, as they've told me, lights, which apparently ours are crap, sprinkler systems, which once again are apparently crap, and anything that makes a business operate across the technical sphere. So, you know, it's great to bring these guys in to really give us some insights into the world of engineering, or which, as I call it, the dark arts.
Yeah, it's magic. It's all magic.
It's all magic. Yeah. So,
Mark, I don't know if being asked to be invited here or being press ganged can be two different things. So I was
don't pretend you've not been press gang before.
yeah, maybe.
You were a Marine, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I was Royal Logistics Corps in the British Army.
Ah, okay,
So-
okay.
But I was press
instead of
ganged.
sailing, you drove. Is that what you're saying?
No, I sailed. I sailed a lot.
I prefer coerce.
Coerced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was coerced by these used to be my friends.
Oh, no, not anymore.
After tonight, we're into a different set of category of friends. They're now acquaintances.
Well,
And so-
how dare you take me to meet a northerner in London?
Exactly.
How are you? Who are you?
Without a beer first. Unbelievable.
I know. Unbelievable. Well, listen, just being completely serious, Damian, obviously it's the 11th of the 11th today. You know, it's Remembrance Day. It's a very important day. You're a veteran yourself.
Yep.
I'm a veteran myself. So, you know, I'd like to take a minute just to talk about what the 11th means, what the 11th of the 11th to
So-
people such as us. So give us some insights on that
So-
before we get into the...
Yeah, the 11th. The 11th is a very poignant day for everybody in this country, especially everybody that has served in the military. or anybody that has a family member that has served in the military.
Yes, of course.
It's the day that we can stand back and actually appreciate what we've done, and it's actually appreciate what the country has given us in return and what we've given to the country.
Yeah.
So it's a very special day.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very privileged to be here to have a conversation to you today with a couple of my best friends to talk to you about engineering, but also mention the fact that the 11th is the perfect day to be able to do this.
Well, it's such a crucial day for people like me and you that have served. And I think that there's so many veterans that operate within the FM sphere that to not mention them today and say, thank you for everything that you gave us. Not just veterans of the UK, but veterans across the Commonwealth that have helped us across New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and every other Commonwealth country is incredibly important.
And I think it's being more and more recognised now, Mark. I was recently at the IWFM Awards.
Right.
And there was a special category for veterans within FM.
Which is fantastic.
Which is great.
And there should be. There should be, given, the contribution that veterans provide across our industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's really important. Yeah. And you were in like the Wavy Navy.
I was in a piece with Dubai.
So I had to get that in there because I love how you say it the way.
Yeah, well, that was what we used to call ourselves, yeah.
Yeah, but explain your route, because that is a big part of the reason why you ended up within
absolutely
the industry. So talk us through that, Ali.
I mean, I started off in the Merchant Navy, with cruise ships,
right?
And it was basically a floating hotel, horizontal.
Yeah.
So a lot of the skills, anatomy, and knowledge that I learned over those 5 years, kind of led me into the career that I now have. So, yeah, it was a fantastic grounding, because it gives you a lot of Josh calls us 50-50s. We're not 50-50s. We're 100% of everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's basically what we how I ended up in the career that I ended up in. So. But yeah, I think the most important thing about coming into this industry, into the FM industry, is to have that base knowledge.
Yep.
And we'll probably elaborate on it a little bit more. But the skills gap that we see now is quite prevalent.
It is. Yeah.
We don't see.
The average age of people within the FM sphere across all disciplines is 50 plus.
Yeah.
That is an issue for the industry 100%. That the industry needs to resolve. But I just want to go back to one thing, especially for young people that are potentially listening to this.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Ali, you said that you worked on cruise ships.
Yes.
All right. But effectively what Ali worked in was a huge commercial property with several massive diesel engines pushing it across the oceans across the world. So to actually take that into context.
Yeah. Instead of standing upright, it was standing on its side and floating on water.
Exactly. it is very much a different scenario, but what a great way to move into the industry, Ali.
No, absolutely. And it was, it took me a lot of time to get into this industry because everyone says it and everyone will continue to say that FM kind of falls in your lap, or
it does,
or you fall into its lap.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gave me that, because a lot of the kind of knowledge and expertise that you learn during that, or certainly I learned during that period, I didn't necessarily use until I came into the FM industry.
So how did you two guys, because you came obviously from the Merchant Navy, you came from the military. I am going to come with you, Josh, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm not, I promise. How did you find that transition from, because the Merchant Navy is regimented in the same way that the Army is, slightly differently, but there is a regimentation associated with it. How did you find that transition as individuals that operate in this specific space, moving into that sort of commercial world?
So for me to start with, it might be a bit different from Ali, but for me to start with, there's a bit of a hard mindset, because you're quite used for people telling you what to do and when to do it and how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're walking from being in a military environment to a civilian environment. In a civilian environment, they expect you to do things and know things and just get on and do it. Okay, and this is where you sink or swim as an engineer. If you've got a can-do mindset, an attitude that you want to succeed, you will do great things and you will go forward very quickly.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you're waiting for people to tell you what to do all the time instead of being proactive, you won't have that same mindset. You won't have that same progression.
Right. Okay. So, do you not think that because I actually think the military developed my personality.
Exactly.
I was always a very forward individual anyway.
Exactly.
But I think it developed that confidence and it developed that.
So the military enhanced my confidence in what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. My decision making capabilities are now second to none. I think they are, because I can react at a certain time and a certain moment to be able to say, I want to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make sure this happens. Yeah. And I'm going to stand by my decision.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you must do, because you've had a very successful career since you left the military.
So yes, I have.
That would indicate that is moving in the right direction.
Yeah. And that's all the basis fundamentals from military training and working through and how you're going to progress. But it's also down to yourself and your self-drive. If you don't have the self-drive to believe in yourself, to back yourself to make those decisions, you'll sit around a group of engineers. Okay, we've got a pipe leaking. Okay, how are we going to fix this? Right, guys, react. I want this done. I want this done. Call the vendors. We need to put this in place and cordons. Okay, how are you going to do it? And then manage the situation afterwards.
But the funny thing is about that demo, if you had a leaking pipe at sea, you haven't got vendors to call on.
Nope, not at all.
So that's
interesting. Now that is interesting.
That then leads you. So that's why I use the term with 100% of everything, because you don't have the callback.
Yeah.
You don't have the call outs and, we'll just isolate that and leave it.
Yeah.
It's you have to be all hands to the pump kind of thing. So
buildings don't sink, right?
Buildings.
Depends which one you're in. I'm waiting a few that should.
To go back to Damian's point about going from a militarized role to a more civilian role. For me, it was slightly different.
Yeah.
And that, Damian was talking about, you were told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Within the merchant Navy side of things, it was far more, what do you think?
Yeah.
How would you do it? So the question was always asked of you, as opposed to you being told what to do. Now, again, I think that's where Damian's style and my management style are totally different.
Yeah.
Both effective, but just there's a different approach to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I would, whereas Damian's, and he said it himself, he goes, I want that done, get it done.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm more like, how would you do it?
Yeah.
How would you deal with that situation? Obviously, in an emergency situation, it's a different story. Then the militarized thing.
So just to go back on that, my style in an emergency situation is I'll take control.
Yes.
Okay. In a non-emergency situation, these are the two things that I've learned after coming out of the military.
Yeah.
In a non-emergency situation, you empower your team.
So you're more collaborative.
Exactly. You empower your team. How do you get the best out of your team that you work underneath you? Okay. They don't work underneath you. They work with you, because you've got to work with your team to succeed.
But management's important as well, because not everybody has the skills to take decisions without that level of support that a good manager would provide, I would
100%.
say. I think that's very important.
I can probably not speak to Damian's management style, but I had a luxury working with Damian at Facebook for quite some time. And
it's Meta now, isn't it?
Meta. Yeah. Sorry, the legacy boys will call it Facebook.
The older gents like us, Ali. That's what we call it.
Not quite Godfather like this, but we've been collectively. I think we've got a good amount of experience in this room.
No, I agree.
But Damian's probably he's the first vet I've worked with in FM.
Yeah.
And I still speak to him, not quite daily, but more than enough.
Yeah.
Anybody wants something?
Yeah.
Damien, how do you do this?
Troubleshooting.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Damien, that's amazing.
Is he one of them
can I use this? Okay, I've taken what you've given and I'm now using it.
The worst thing is I get it from both of them.
And then he goes, I'll put a copyright on it. I'm like,
Is he one of them that sends a text and then when you don't reply within 10 minutes rings you after 6 months?
I don't go with the flattery of text. So I ring him up. And then if he don't answer, I'll call the contract support.
Josh, that's what I like, mate. You're a communicator. You know what I mean? You believe in the old ways.
But back to, so Damian's he's one of the first veterans I've worked with. Yeah. And I've worked with some after. We worked with Jack briefly at Amazon, didn't we? And he was a strong individual.
Yeah.
And Damian, you was at LSE for some time then, so you didn't straight come out. But we had not a rough time, but we had a challenging contract with working for the Pound.
Yeah, the Pound. We've talked about a Pound previously.
Oh, yeah.
But Damien just had a...
For those at home that don't know who the pound is, we will get into this a little bit more. You'll hear all about the pound.
It isn't a euphemism. It's
no. And it's not a currency.
In some terms, it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got a pound token, you can do anything.
You've got a pound token, you're good to go.
But one thing, we split out the workload, Damien and I, and Damien was a little bit nervous than what I was, so we went through, and it kind of come to a decision: do I take the not technically astute role, or does Damien take some which is slightly worse condition? And we kind of flipped a coin on it, didn't we?
I think it was more like 60-40. I've got everything that he didn't want to do.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a nightmare, this particular building that we had. But Damien didn't... At the start, it was very, I'm going to do this. And then by the time he figured out that I wasn't really interested, he got on with it, right? And the initiative to objectively do something is a very difficult skill that you find in engineering.
I agree. Yeah. Because you're fixers 9 times out of 10.
We're fixers when we haven't done our job properly.
Yeah,
I guess because we always like to kind of capture it really.
I'm not sure Damien agrees.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, right? Because and this kind of leads on to, I think, the purpose of this podcast is about like there's a thing called reactive maintenance and a thing called preventative maintenance.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
There's a thing called predictive maintenance.
Yep.
So, to kind of bring it back on topic, guys. Sorry, but we're talking about bringing new technologies into FM.
Yes.
And this is where our lives as management really does change, because we're talking about machine learning, we're talking about AI. We're talking about...
We are going to get into that, mate. Don't you worry about that.
All that kind of stuff. But we are fixers.
Yeah.
And to Josh's point there, that if we...
Was you just about to say Josh is slightly right?
Josh is...
I felt it coming, did you?
No, not at all. Never thought he was ever going to say that.
Could you feel it coming out?
I was like, stabbing someone in the back.
Do you need to lie down now?
I need to lie down.
Do you need to lie down?
He's going to take his heart medication.
Yeah. He's going to get some statins out, isn't he?
I'm getting older, Jed. But it really is. If the maintenance is not completed, then we then turn into fixers, Mark.
Yes.
But if the maintenance is being done, then we fix the problem before it appears. And,
of course.
And that's basically what our job entails.
And it's exactly what Ali just said. There's a difference between predictive, reactive maintenance and condition-based monitoring maintenance. There's a total difference. Okay, if you're doing your reactive maintenance should be minimum if you've done your condition-based monitor and your PPMs correctly.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're spotting the problem before it actually happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. And as Ali's leading
so it's a proactive approach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is why you're sort of looking for best practices for your engineers. Okay. And trying to install them to be able to do things. Right. Told you to go look at this PPM and do this. They've given you a checklist to tick to make sure it works.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not just to go and tick it off just to say you've been there. Actually go and check it.
Yeah.
Because then you'll pick up problems that lead to remedials, and remedials then you've done everything doesn't lead to a breakdown.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's really noticeable now.
Yeah.
When we get the younger generation coming through, and this is why our roles as managers have now become really focused, because when we do get the younger guys and girls coming through that want to learn, a lot of the people.
Ali, I'm going to have to say this, mate. We've got one there in the middle.
It's not that.
To be fair, Josh, how old are you?
29.
It's almost like the England front row, really, isn't it?
No, it is. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I've had him under my wing since he was 18.
You don't want to say that.
We talked about your route in, and we will come back to what you were saying, Ali. And obviously, we've talked about your route in, Damien. But like Josh, what was your route in to FM?
I'm not a veteran.
No, I know. I know.
He's not even a veteran of FM.
Josh, if it makes you feel better, name is Ali.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You still get discounts.
I do it, yeah.
My route into industry was through manufacturing.
Right.
And it kind of not. I guess, kind of coerced again into FM.
Yeah.
Not even fair. I knew I didn't want to do it.
Because you and Ali were actually working together many, many years ago, right?
Yeah. Many years.
Was it Amazon?
We started off at Amazon.
Yeah.
In the sortation centres.
Yeah. Very well known brand. Yeah.
Sorry, it's a major online retailer.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's heard about it. Who knows?
The website is www. But there you go.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Smileyface.com.
People don't quite understand the technical role behind what Ali and I did.
Yeah.
Amazon.
But that's interesting, because a lot of people won't understand, Josh, that you could join an Amazon at 18 in a technical role and then create an absolutely fantastic career for yourself in the world of FM, which you have done, to be fair.
Well,
and that's to be applauded, So
12-hour shifts, though, Mark.
No, I know. Well, we've got to keep you out of the pub somehow, Josh. Let's be honest.
Ali and I, so Ali was at Amazon before I was.
Yeah.
I was at the point of complacency in the manufacturing role.
Right.
But I think it's only since like maybe a year ago that I've kind of figured out. Ali and I were forward deployed to do the design and build of the sortation centre, and then was asked, take your medicine and run it after.
Yeah.
And that was when Bezos himself was saying, "Oh, yeah, we're going to do next day delivery," and we were still working off like Royal Mail then, right? And everyone was like, "No, it's never going to happen."
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go into the build cost of it.
No.
The engineering operation behind that was, and I think at points we didn't think we was really going to be able to pull it off.
No.
Yeah. But did you pull it off?
Oh yeah.
And then some.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot more some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more some.
I think if you give an idea to a bunch of people, you're going to get reactions of it can't be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
But isn't that what engineers are?
They do. It takes 6 weeks.
That's the whole thing.
There's one thing I've noticed.
Yeah.
If you give an idea to a bunch of engineers, especially men, it takes 6 weeks. No, in that 6 weeks, they'll go away and think about it. No, it can't be done.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it can be done. In 6 weeks' time, it's implemented and it's changed their life. But the moaning in that 6 weeks is unbelievable.
Yeah. When an engineer stops moaning, you're in trouble. That means they're going. They're going somewhere else. They don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Really?
An engineer solution, right? Or they're not even just engineer. All the way down. Sometimes technicians do it as well. But an engineered solution is an absolute, right?
Yeah.
We have thought of absolutely everything.
Right.
Usually of why not.
It starts
really?
with why not, right?
Okay.
Because for the non-engineering people,
It's the 5 whys.
the 5 whys,
Yeah.
right? But it's not even just coming up with the technical submittal, right? We have to put it in a way that non-engineering people understand, right? And
Like me, you mean?
Yeah, people like you, Mark, that ask silly questions,
Yeah.
right?
That's me. I think my questions have been all right.
And on the inside, we're angry.
I don't even think you've even asked the question yet.
No, but people like you.
Nothing technical, Damian.
That's more than enough for me.
I'll open it up to everyone. We all reported to a C-suite.
Yeah.
Right. And they're not technical people. Very gifted individuals.
Yeah.
Not technical.
Right.
And you've got an elevator pitch of a C-suite. You've got about 5 minutes, or it's a no.
Yeah.
Right? Even less. Maybe,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So putting, I don't know, years of experience, degrees into a way that non-technical people don't understand, what we call layman's terms.
Yeah.
Right? You either do it through like an MOT or CAR methodology for people who are really strict.
Yeah.
Or there are some things that you can't, and then we go to drawings, right? And using AI as a function now, what we say, people write down, and then they go ask ChatGPT, and they come back with another question, which is completely wrong. But
ChatGPT is the enemy of engineering.
is the enemy?
Is it really?
Yes, it's a double-edged sword.
Let's delve into that, boys. That's an interesting
It works
thing to
really well
Yeah.
for trying to get your point across and try to understand it. But then you'll find that people will chat GTP your answers to get you an answer back, and you're like, it's not what I was trying to say.
It's the robot speaking.
You just it's like you don't
Rather than
actually
the engineer speaking to the C-suite.
let me understand it.
I won't take it away, right, from, open source and all that lot. If you want an email polished, you want to check spelling, or you want to find out when you can swim in your, I don't know, local beach, great.
If you want to learn what happened in 1314 on the 16th of August, by all means go. By the way, that was a Battle of Bannockburn. But
Really?
Have you noticed how he curls his eyes when he burn?
That's the most clear he's
I
know. He hasn't got kilt on. Just wants to throw it at
No, but I mean,
you wouldn't know anyway. Sat behind a desk.
Don't make it prove.
Give it time.
But the Chat GPT thing, it's a magnificent tool in the same way as a 19mm spanner is a magnificent tool. It's only as good as the person who's holding it.
And it's not a substitute. It's not a substitute for an engineer.
No. And the other thing is it's only well that's the dangerous mindset of way that people are starting to think.
No, I do. Okay. I mean,
ChatGPT is only as good as what the limitations you give it.
Yeah,
okay? It's not a tool to fix everything.
No.
Okay, it can help you enhance your capabilities on delivering things, but it's not something you can rely on, because at the end of the day, it's got no personality. There's no thought behind it. There's no compassion. There's no empathy.
Yeah.
It's just a machine.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have that problem-solving capability. So ChatGPT will send its spiders out to the internet in the same way Google used to, and it'll now. I don't know if you've used it, but it'll give you 3-4 responses for everything you ask it. That's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
So it's not giving you a definitive answer.
Correct.
Well, it kind of is.
That's why AI, in essence, is a fantastic tool.
Yes.
But if you align that with a machine learning tool, right, and AI together, it will predict a lot of things that will happen within all of the hard services that we deliver. For example, chillers, boilers, pumps,
right?
So all that kind of stuff.
As I was trying to lead on to there, it will start to weave its way into condition-based monitoring. Okay, so
before we go on to that though. The AI, right? Because it's something I'm dealing with at the moment.
You can tell that this is
a contentious issue. This is
the AI. It's really
it's the operator. That's the issue,
right?
Okay. If any of us use AI and we're not sure on a question, none of us do because we know all of it. Right?
Yeah, we've got all the answers. Yeah.
No, we haven't got all the answers, but we know someone who's probably got a good understanding of it.
Thomas Pound.
Yeah. I've seen people that have just went, I'm going to knock out a scope of work, so I'm going to send it to a load of consultants. Right? And you're like, whoa. Right? If you send a scope of works, you are specifying what you want, right? We won't mention it in this open forum.
No.
There is one very bad use of AI on scope of works where they paid a lot of money for something they didn't want. You don't have PI insurance. You're not in a position to make any design liabilities. You don't understand what PrinceCon is, and you don't know what principal designer is. So you shouldn't be using AI to write a scope of work.
Well, I've got no idea of anything you just said.
No.
So you know what I mean?
I don't know if he does.
To be fair, Mark, this is Josh with his wonderful acronym language that we all love. And
a three-letter acronym will baffle anybody and make you.
What he's talking about is CDM. And
a 3-letter acronym.
That is the thing.
But proof of concept there, Josh.
You can tell when he learned the
I know I'm the problem, Mark.
Proof of concept.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder where I got it from.
So CDM regulations are very prescriptive in what they outline. And if you were to ask ChatGPT or Gemini or one of those search engines with regards to AI to outline a scope of works, if you are not prescriptive in what it is that you're trying to achieve, that scope of works will be so vague.
Yes,
and not to the point where you're sitting there going, I need this and I need this and I need this. So that's where the knowledge, experience, and understanding comes in.
Yeah.
From what we've all lived through our lives. If we were to then, as Josh did, interrogate that scope of works, then what the hell is this all about?
So that's exactly what I was going to lead on to. That scope of works has become so vast, it'll be encompassing everything. Yeah. So that will change your MSA, and that will change the guidelines that people operate under.
Yeah, just when do you guys use acronyms?
Yeah,
acronyms.
So,
right, for the people at home that are young that don't necessarily understand, could you just give the value behind it?
I can type something up.
No, sorry.
Oh, right.
No, we're on video, mate.
ChatGPT, guys.
So, that's what I'm saying. It's so vast, and it will include the scope of works will become so vague, as what Ali said. And when you sign up a contract, and especially with an FM company against your client, you deal with an MSA, which is a master service agreement. Okay.
By the way, I didn't know what that was. I just wanted you to say.
You're testing me.
You know what it is now?
No. No, I work in sales, mate. You know what I mean? I've got a job.
You can edit that out.
Relatively senior. I've just put it out there.
You can edit that out.
You're Mac. You're good.
In my house, and that's about it, mate.
Not the boss,
as long as the wife lets me.
That's IMH. That's IMH, by the way. House, right?
IMH. I get like 3 days a month.
But anyway, before I interrupted Damian, right? Pro resplit is something that we all look at as a metric for our
pro resplit. Explain.
Proactive. So what we plan to do.
Yeah.
And reactive is what we're not planning to do.
Okay.
A good metric.
So pro resplit is the percentage of proactive and the percentage of reactive.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's for us, you can sometimes have a bad month. It depends what kind of asset you're in.
Yeah.
If you're an aging asset, HOP, Hazards Parliament, it's going to be a little bit different to a brand new.
He just acronyms everything.
I thought it was Her Majesty's Prisons.
Insane, man.
HIP.
HMP is Her Majesty's Prisons, isn't it?
BP.
What Josh is talking about there, so your PPM versus reactive split will determine your labour loading for a contract.
Right.
So it depends, that will then, whatever you determine that reactive versus PPM split will determine how many engineers you've got for that contract. So, or that asset, or that,
So that makes sense. So how you apportion labour to a contract.
Exactly. And then this also ties back to your master service agreement and how you're using AI for predictive-based monitoring, how you're going to do that. Depends how many engineers you need on the ground. So if you're trying to tell you to do something that's the scope's so vast, you would end up with less. Because they'll do something else. But if it's narrowed down, everybody's job's detailed out, you can end up with more engineers, but specific roles.
Okay.
But with the skills gap, so we got predict.
Yeah.
We are not ready for predict. Not because the tech isn't there. It's not because we don't understand it.
Are you sure?
Wow. Are we both looking at him? Or are you
fingers point that way?
No digs.
We haven't got a skill for it. And when I say that, that's the skill underneath. We could all run a predictive contract, right? Right?
Yeah.
Do we have the 8 people on the labour loading profile from the MSA who can do it to an effort that we would want it to be done? No, we don't.
Okay.
The average, as you said, the average age is 45 to 50 in FM at the moment. The recent numbers come through at like 4% for people that are under 25. Which is it's hard.
It's concerning.
Yeah,
it's concerning for not just for us as managers, but for clients, landlords.
Yeah,
even at that level, it's becoming a concern.
So, how do you guys, based on your experience, your current roles, the things you've done in the past, how do you think that you can engage with the younger generation to bring them into these? Because from what I see, everybody wants to be famous on YouTube or as an influencer.
Well,
what we're doing here, what we're doing here, Mark.
I know, but we're trying to reach the young people, Ali. You know what I mean?
What we do is we usually bring Josh along to make ourselves look cool.
Yeah.
It's the barber's
it's the barber's
lots of farm.
The barber's your
I think to answer your question, I think the biggest drive for us is getting that apprenticeship scheme.
Yes,
and having those people come in, out of school and into work stroke college and more of a vocational education. I mean, we've all worked with apprentices in the past. We've all been apprentices in the past. So, we understand that the difficulty is being an apprentice nowadays to being an apprentice back in the day. Is like chalk and cheese.
No, I agree.
Right? Okay. We because we were all rinsed and hazed.
Yeah.
Go and get a tin of tartan paint and all that kind of stuff, right?
Skyhook,
long stand,
a long wait,
long stand. Yeah.
I should add something meaningful.
Bag of
skateboard ladder. There we go.
Skateboard ladder.
I spent hours looking for that thing.
You're still looking.
I know.
See, one thing that I think that sort of the younger generation don't necessarily understand is the actual salaries that are achievable within our
Absolutely.
space.
Absolutely.
And look, I'm not going to turn around and say, tell me what you earn or anything like that. However, there is a range within that technical space, whether it's technical manager, technical director, technical supervisor, operative, whatever. Okay. So I do think it's important for a vehicle like this to actually say, what are those ranges?
I do think it is a main driver, though.
It is a main driver.
I won't go into what I'm earning now, because I think that would be... I'm more than happy to go through legacy.
That would be boasting, Josh. That would be boasting.
And I don't even think that we necessarily need to say what people around. What I'm saying is, at entry level, what can you expect to earn? How quickly can you progress?
35.
Once you progress up to that next, what are the stages? And how long does it take? Like, what is a young, but let's say 18 similar to yourself,
as an
Josh,
apprentice,
you know what I mean?
You're going to earn 25 grand a year.
Yeah,
as an apprentice.
You got
18, you're going to earn 25 grand a year.
Yeah,
and then you'll get your pay increases as you go through your apprenticeship.
Yeah.
When you then become qualified, you will earn between 35 and 40,000 pound a year.
Yeah. And at what age would you expect someone to be qualified, Ali?
Between 23 and 24.
Now, that's a good wicket for someone on 23, 24.
If you want to whack it out at 17, you want to do your 3-year time.
Yeah.
And there are fast track bits now.
Yeah, so I was going to say there is a lot of fast tracks, a lot of skills. Doesn't mean you have to come into this industry, be an apprentice in this industry.
Yeah,
okay?
No, 100%.
We're looking for people within this industry because this industry is so progressive.
Yeah,
I'll take people from robotics, manufacturing, anybody with a can-do attitude or anybody that's been trained in some sort of discipline, pipe fitters, welders, you name it, because anybody that's got transferable skills, you can mold them, you can teach them how to do reactives, you can do this. Those are the skills you want. Okay, you're not necessarily guided by you need to be an apprentice in the FM industry. Some of the best engineers I've worked with in the FM industry have never worked in it before.
Okay.
All right? Because these are people that come out. Okay?
Thanks, Dad.
So these are
He's talking about.
So these are the people who, like, say, got backgrounds in manufacturing, backgrounds in robotics, backgrounds in controls. Okay, these are the people that can see everything, because our industry is very all-encompassing. Okay, you're not going to see the same thing every day.
No,
okay?
that's true. Yeah, it is a different day every day.
Okay, exactly as Ali was saying, you're on a ship, you're in a master control room, engineer's control room. You go out and do your rounds. In your rounds, you've got control systems, you've got electrical systems, you've got mechanical systems, you've got pressurized systems, you've got chillers, you name it. You've got everything there. Okay, plus one of the biggest things as well is actually dealing.
Oh no! Well, there's a personal element to it, isn't
and actually dealing with people.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the biggest, hardest things is to be able to. Machines are fine, but dealing with the people and the creature comforts.
Well,
that
machines don't answer back,
exactly,
unless it's Chat GPT.
Very true. But the people element, the psychological element. Okay, you might have a too hot, too cold. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes someone just wants someone to talk to. An engineer's presence to talk to them in a nice way. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. But your day as an engineer or a day working in the FM industry is never the same. You walk in that door, the phone will go off. You'll get 300 emails in the day. Everything's different. Okay. Yeah. It's not repetitive. Yeah. It is completely different. Okay. So it's actually quite fun. It's moving. It's very fast paced.
That's what I like about the industry. I like that every day's different. Yeah. And that's why I'm still, I do a different role, but it's why I'm still here. Yeah, I've got this. Do you know something? After everything you've said there, what I kind of think is, are we perhaps trying to recruit in the wrong pools? So what I mean by that is this, all right? So there's a lot of telecoms engineers, internet engineers. There's a lot of people that operate on the tools across plumbing, electrics, and so on and so forth. And probably a lot of those people don't actually know the type of incomes that are available to them,
I think,
within that sphere. So is there an untapped resource that we're not going after?
I mean, I think, from our side, we always look at the traditional skill sets, right? Yeah. So we look at
the Sky fella's always a nice chap, right? You know what I mean? Whenever I've had a Sky guy around, that's a personable guy. Yeah, I think
when we go down the internet side of things and the network side of things, it's a slightly different skill set,
right?
But that's not to say that they couldn't adapt and come into the industry. And as Damian said, the amount of variety that we've got within our kind of realm with regards to hard services, soft services, everything that we do, be it carpentry for fabric, building fabric. That's another thing that we look after. So carpentry is a way that we look into it.
Yeah.
But the main thing that we look for, or the main thing that we're short of, is electrically qualified engineers.
Oh, really?
Because a lot of what we do with regards to
I've seen a lot of memes online about electricians, mate.
Yeah, no, yeah.
They all drive Jaguars.
Yeah.
He wants to buy one.
No, I know he does. Yeah.
He's not an electrician. He can't have one.
And as Ali was saying,
He can have a Mazda.
I've got a Mazda.
I thought you were going to give me a Maserati, but no, a bloody Mazda.
I've got a Mazda. What's wrong with that?
It's like Mazda.
Yeah, Mazda 3. It's great.
I'm an electrician.
It's lovely.
I crashed one of them once in New Zealand. I'll tell you the story in a pub.
I'm not a electrician.
But you're not clever enough to be an electrician.
I'm an electronic engineer.
An electronic engineer.
And I have a Tesla Model 3 Performance. So
do you?
And it's
it's terrible.
And ask him how many times he's run out of charge.
How many times have you run out of charge, Josh?
Never.
Liar.
Because he only goes to the corner shop and back, Mark. You know what I mean?
Right, back to your question, just on the...
Yeah, we did digress a little bit.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah,
we got carried away.
It is, yeah.
I think a lot of it is exposure as well.
Yeah.
Nobody gets exposure to FM unless they've had to or they fell into it.
Yeah.
Right.
And by that I mean, if we do our jobs really well, if the whole FM delivery do our job really well, you don't know about us.
No.
We don't shout about it.
We don't shout about it.
You're right.
And then the second part to that is about the retention of people. I've seen some people that come into FM.
Yeah.
And the retention of said people has been poor.
What do you think drives that? Because you're not the first person to say that.
There's some really shit managers out there.
Okay.
And
do you think that it's the management as opposed to the
I'm not saying that everyone in FM has got a bad management style.
Yeah.
But my mentor's in the room.
Yeah, that's true.
If I didn't have the mentorship from Ali, I probably wouldn't still be in FM.
Right, okay.
I can answer this question very, very quickly, very, very promptly. Is that there are no recognised qualifications for FM.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So anyone can become a facilities manager.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because it comes from a diverse range of people.
Mm.
In our side of things, we have to have qualifications.
Yeah.
The reason we have to have qualifications is because we operate and maintain dangerous equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we can't be fit into a little box. Okay.
No. And
we have to have the qualifications to be able to get in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes
that sort of closes the door on a lot of people that think they can come in. Right. That's not to say, as Ali was saying before, we're short of electricians. We're fine. Guys, just because you see an advert that says I need an electrical bias or I need this, do not apply.
Dismiss it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really?
Just apply for it. Okay. Yeah. We want the can-do attitude. We want the people that apply for the roles. We want to see how you are. We want to see how personal you are. We want to see how you react in an environment. Right. Remember, skills are taught.
Yeah.
Especially qualifications within electrical bias, electrical engineering. Okay. And we're talking about if we go into more complex systems, like normal electricians or normal people, Sparkies, don't get involved in sort of the stuff that myself and Ali and Josh have been involved in.
A lot of them are doing residential properties. So it's
good money.
And
that's amazing stuff. But when we're talking about complex LV, complex HV, it's two different systems.
It's 5 volt.
Low voltage.
Oh, low and high. Oh, I should have got that, shouldn't I? I should have known that.
Are you sure you're an FM?
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm a sales guy. I just host a podcast about FM. I'm completely pretending. You guys are the guys that know the stuff.
To elaborate on what Damian's saying, one of my favourite phrases that was said to me many, many years ago is our job is 95% attitude and 5% aptitude.
Yep.
If you want to raise your attitude, you give your aptitude some altitude. And that was a phrase that kind of, stuck with me. We're not looking for technical masters. We're looking for people who, as Damian said, the can-do attitude, the ones that say, I want to learn.
So very similar in reality to other disciplines across FM, whether that's building management, facilities management, regional management. It's very much a position where you could, even even, and sorry, I'm going to try and get this out, even within a discipline whereby you would expect to see significant qualifications and things like that, you can still fundamentally start at the bottom, obtain those qualifications, and excel to a high level.
And that's exactly what I was about to say. With facilities maintenance, the industry is so vast.
Right? Yeah, of course.
Okay? You could be a facilities maintenance engineer, and you could be doing something completely different because you've got normal, then you've got critical, then you've got extra critical. You've got so many disciplines within that. So many, depends on what the site is based at.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could be in banking, you could be in Ministry of Defense, you could be in science. Okay. There's so many different ways of looking at things, and you are opened up into so many different areas of technology. Okay? So technology is a major advancement and a major hub for what we do, because everything is all leading edge, because every business wants to portray themselves as the leading edge of technology, especially when you're working for a bank or if you're working for a life science model. Okay?
I guess an elements of it is sector specific then, isn't it? You know,
exactly.
Like, depending on the sector, what the drive is and, you know, how you want to move forward with it.
But I think it's a really diverse field to be in, right?
Yeah.
The can-do attitude's definitely there. The understanding of why is a differentiation between an FM and something in a technical field.
Yeah.
With the mentorship as well. You know, I recently done some mentorship with some young people in engineering. Some of them went terribly, didn't they?
Is there anyone younger than you, Josh?
Yeah, I'm not sure younger. One of the most notable.
I mean that's a compliment as well. By the way, that really is a compliment.
I spent an awful amount of time. I hope he wouldn't mind me, but I spent some time with Reese Knight, who was working in like gym. I think it was Virgin Active, doing a 360 FM approach without knowing it. Because you don't know what it is until you really need to, right?
Yeah.
And with that, you know, I see a lot of podcasts and a lot of things talking about how you should come in and what prescriptive route that you should change or try and follow. But I'll put it out now. If you want to go into FM and you're not sure about anything and you're watching pod, you can I'll go for everyone. You can ask any one of us in this room, and we'll either point you in the right direction or give you another number to follow.
Yeah,
and I think for the current directors and managers in the room, we don't make enough effort to collaborate with the young people in engineering, because sometimes it can go terribly wrong. Sometimes
there's a risk associated with it sometimes. Then
it's a personal branding in FM. All of us have got our own brand. David's got his, I've got mine, so's Ali.
Yeah, but that's true.
Yeah,
we all do from a career perspective.
Well, I think hiring people is a couple of factors, right? Is A, will they make me look bad?
Yeah.
B, can they do the job?
Yeah.
Right, which you don't really know. B.
We'll see, are they going to turn up on time?
See, they're going to turn up.
I'll actually chuck another.
I know.
He fails at all of those.
So I think one of the we.
I'll chuck another one in there, actually, guys. Do I like them?
Do I like?
Because I do think that is important.
So as what I was saying, sorry, Josh, just do 1 second. As what I was saying, it's not about having the can-do attitude. It's also having something about yourself that's personable. Like you can't just be the yes man. You got to have the I bring something to the table that I want to bring to the table, something unique. Okay, and something personal about yourself that makes people gel with you.
Yes.
Okay, if you can't get that, there's got to remember FM is a team. It's not a lone wolf situation. As I was going to say, we're engineers on this side. Okay, and yourself included, engineers.
I'm not an engineer, mate.
Well,
I used to be about 25 years ago. Absolutely everything I was ever trained, I've completely forgotten.
Exactly.
I can fix a washing machine at home.
I can fix a washing machine.
You're an engineer.
I bet you can still paint grey if you want to.
No, I can do that. I can polish a brush fish head because that's what I spend most of my time doing.
But it still looks good, though, and you take pride in what you do.
No, I
do. Where was I going to go? As I was saying, everybody's got to be personable and come back to what it does. Yeah. So it's a teamwork aspect. But being engineers on this side, you've got to remember we need to work very closely with the facilities managers. We're only the engineering side. The facilities group as whole, they've got the personal side. They run the contract. They talk to everybody else. They talk to the people that we don't talk to. Engineers per se is the hard service. Look after. We don't deal with the hearts and minds on that side. We do on a certain aspect, but it doesn't usually end very well when we tell them what we're going to do because we can't do this.
Well, some of us do have customer service.
Yeah.
To a point.
Yeah.
To a point.
To a point.
We do. Yeah. And I think being dynamic, and you have to gel with the FM.
Yeah.
You have to. And that is the of all I want to do.
It doesn't work because
it
doesn't work otherwise, because in order to make a warm bath, you need cold water and hot water.
This is true. Yeah.
Right. So in order to get that perfect temperature, you need both sides of that.
It's like I always say, you catch more bees with honey than you do vinegar.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? But what I'm actually hearing here, which I find quite interesting, is I think a lot of young people would associate engineering, IT, anything that fits into that, electrics, air conditioning, as the type of task whereby you don't necessarily need to engage with people because you're just fixing things and that's all you need to do. But in reality, within our space, there is that engagement with people that you need to have and facilitate from a personality perspective.
In something that's 50 square foot or 100 square foot or 250 square foot, you cannot hide. Someone's always going to see you.
I had a conversation the other day with a member of my team who's looking to promote himself up from shift lead to day shift supervisor.
Right.
And the question I asked him was, how do you see yourself with regards to a customer facing role?
Yeah.
And his response was immediately, well, I don't really see myself as a customer facing role. And I said, so you don't speak to tenants, you don't speak to occupiers? And he goes, oh yeah, of course I do. I said, that's your customer.
Yeah.
But because they do it as part of their daily routine,
they don't necessarily understand what they do.
It becomes second nature to them.
Yeah.
So there's no distinction. And that's the best thing about stuff like that. If there's no distinction, then everything's seamless. But if they see a distinction, then there's a clear divide. And if there's a clear divide, that means things are not working.
And of the distinction, there isn't one for FM.
Right.
No.
There is no preconception on what you should be or not be doing in FM.
Yeah.
The operators know what you should and shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, of course.
But then I think even for our senior management positions that we're all in, well,
you guys might be. I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever, man.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You've got your own podcast.
It's not. It is not. Well, yes.
I'm just technical.
Yeah.
I'm just technical cleaning. So I have
exactly, mate. Exactly.
But just on that, I don't think we all make enough effort because we get caught up in the MSAs, Master Services Agreement, the KPIs, and the hustle and bustle.
What the KPIs mean, Josh?
Oh no! This is
going
going
to.
He can't tell you.
Go on, tell me. What does he mean?
Keep pausing. But I'll put it out into the room.
Going to drop another one.
How many people under the age of 25 have you hired in your past 4 years of FM?
Under the age of 25?
Yeah. That's a demographic. 4%.
I don't employ anyone, mate. I'm a technical service manager, so I'm quite...
there we go. He's scared to do it.
I think the challenge for us on our point is it's not going to come. This isn't a lucrative... it is a lucrative business to be in, but they don't know that yet.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Like, how do we get that message out there? Because if you go into any school, if you go into any college, any academy, whatever, and you say, "Oh, do you want to come? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? Like, what's your career?" They'll go, "I want to be a lawyer. I want to be an accountant. I want to be an IT person. I want to be this. I want to be that." Now, if I was to sit in front of those individuals and say, "Do you know something? If you took your capability, your mind, your skills, and you transition that to facilities management, I can pretty much guarantee you that you'd be on six figures within the next 5 or 10 years, as opposed to joining the law industry, accountancy, whatever. It would probably take you 20. And that is the truth.
Because
I do believe that that's the truth.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I'm not a veteran, but I always...
We wouldn't let you in, mate.
Yeah. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, flat-footed, yeah.
If you didn't do well at school or you didn't follow the exact path, you could always join the army. And it turned around that it was actually, no, the army don't want you either. So, and by that, their social standing of what the army stand for and everything else, it's not something I can talk to. But it wasn't just a last-ditch attempt at trying to get something for you.
Yeah.
And by no means is FM doing it. It's a very difficult industry.
Yeah.
And it's very closed network to some people. And us as tech boys in the room, it can be very, very difficult.
But very rewarding as well.
Well, I was just about to say, Mark, because the industry is incestuous.
Yes.
Right? It does have that taint about it.
Yeah.
Things are changing now, though.
I think so.
I've seen a lot more kind of, a lot more fresh blood coming in, but that's not enough.
No,
we need more. We need more young people to become interested.
Well, it's starting to always work harder then, really, isn't it?
100%.
Because if like I joked before that we're all senior people in this room. If it's not us that drives it forward, then who is it?
I would challenge anyone in a senior management position, including myself, to make, a hire, not based off the demographic of what you're after, but something that can add value to the industry.
I've hired too.
Yeah. And if that happens to be someone,
I have now.
That's a millennial or Gen Z or whatever it is, it's our
Zed. Not Gen Z. We're not American.
I'm lucky enough. Zed.
It's
getting confusing. Let's be honest. Well, I don't even know what generation I'm from. To be fair,
you just got to look at it. This is a perspective that I said to you before. Okay. Yeah. London as a whole, in the next 10 years, got 300 skyscrapers going up.
Yeah.
Big ones.
Yeah, we had that conversation.
We've all seen that. We've all seen everything else. We know what's going outside this building. There is a massive building going across there. It's just about to be finished off. Probably come out next year, 2026.
Yeah.
Don't know who's going to be running it, but where are the engineers coming from? Okay?
Exactly.
Just walk around Liverpool Street. Okay, there's 5 buildings going up there.
Yeah.
Okay, walk around Victoria. There's more. If you go over to Paddington, there's more. There is vast amounts of jobs to be created in this industry, but we need young talent to come through and help people move it. Okay, it's not the about of not having the right skills. It's about having the attitude, because the industry will train you to have the right skills. Okay, within the industry,
I agree with that. Dan.
Within the industry, if you have the right managers and the right team and the right everything else, they will see your weaknesses. They will see your strengths. Okay, if you have the right manager, they will bring those weaknesses into strengths.
Yeah.
Okay, and then push you onto things. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, everything in this industry is going towards BMS.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's push people onto BMS courses. Let's make them train. Let's see what they're going to do, because they become engineers that are now have a purpose that they can be proud of.
Yeah, okay, and that's be out of a job.
Never ever, and they've got a trade and a skill set that goes forever.
That's the worrying thing, Damian. Right? So, you've even just said it yourself there just now. So, everything's going towards BMS. So, the BMS programmers,
once again,
building management system.
Thank you.
Sorry,
no, I know what it is.
So, building management. The building management system. I mean, we've even gone down the route now of grabbing everything together and amalgamating everything.
Yeah.
So you've now got a building analytics platform. You've got building management system. You've got energy management systems. You've got power management systems.
Yeah.
You've got lighting control systems. All of these things are now coming to the fore to be centralized.
Yeah.
In such a way that the technology side of things is really, really heavy.
Yeah.
And the get your hands dirty kind of things that we all started off on is becoming less and less.
Well, right. On the tools is dying.
On the tools is dying.
Say?
On the tools is dying.
That's an interesting.
If you priority split, that's right.
Yeah.
Because if you get that wrong, you're going to be on the tools.
Yeah. What did you actually want to do then? Because you wanted to join the Merchant Navy, you wanted to join the military. Yeah, that's pretty much so. What did you actually want to do? Why did you go? Where did you when you started that degree? Where was the end game?
I initially wanted to be a pilot, and then there's a lot of capital cost into doing that.
I had a friend that did it. It took him a very long time.
120,000, I think it is.
You've got to have the hours, don't you?
You've got to have the hours, but you've got to pay for the hours to get in it. And my mother just didn't have the money for it.
No.
I don't think a lot of, I'm one of 5.
Yeah.
So, 100K for each kid.
Yeah, who's got that? Like people, they just don't, do they?
And you got to pay it in one whack.
Oh, really?
So it's so then when it's into manufacturing,
I wouldn't take that risk on you either, Josh.
No,
100 grand, no chance.
I do have a great captain voice.
Yeah. Go on, give us a tannoy announcement.
No,
go on, mate.
For the bloopers.
If you look out to the left, you're just going to push some scenery past the window.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look out to the left-hand side, we'll be passing the Pyrenees.
But
on the right-hand side is Egypt. I don't know how we got there, but there we are.
No, I've got no real sense of direction either, so I think it's a great...
we gathered that very well today, Josh. Please tell us where we're going.
Around this zigzag building.
It's all done by computers these days. All he's got to do is take off.
That's that's what I was just about to go on to. No AI is going to take my job within the next 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
They will help me do my job, when it comes to pressing the button and releasing money, it will be one of us in the room that has to give the nod to do that.
Really?
Any capital project. Nobody's going to do that without someone from technical, whether it's a consultant, an architect, whatever. The other person to blame is crucial in FM. And it's usually us.
So the litigation and mitigation of risk is quite high, and it comes back to what you know and how you advise someone to do something.
We can't stand in a dock and say we didn't know. Like some people can, right? Because we've got letters after our name, and they're not all from the start. A lot of us have got our qualifications afterwards. But we can't stand in a dock and say we don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the technical front. So when we said sometimes we're problems, sometimes we're not, it's because people can dream up these illustrious ideas of what they could do, and then we say, actually, you can't. Why not? And then it's kind of shot down.
So how do you actually see AI impacting your industry then? Like
in FM?
Well, no, not FM, because FM, I've got my own thoughts on FM. I mean in terms of that technical element. How do you see that?
We'll end up reporting into or adding data to or a metric to an AI generative, like the smart building platform. You got Bueno, you got loads of these other stuff that give you great insights, right? Yeah. It presents two problems for me. A, it's another thing telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Yeah. It isn't currently encapsulated into an MSA, so master services agreement, but it is for the landlord or the special purpose vehicle owner of the contract. They see it as a money maker. Okay. Now, so if I turn this AHE on a time clock from 6 to 7, how much money do I save, right? In a very big building, you could probably do, 9-12 grand a year, maybe an hour. But then obviously the metric, and you have to find out what the data is that you get from that. But condition-based maintenance, new generation maintenance, all the wonderful names that we've got for it, is not a money saver. It is not to get boots off the ground, because when it all hits the fan, you can't ask a smart building platform to do something. No. And I think that's the crucial part. I'll probably get a bit of stick for that, right? But it is the hard services delivery that keeps everyone A, safe, B, in check, and conforming to whatever standard you're rolling at.
Is safety I think safety is the driving factor in that, in terms of everything that you said. I think the safety element will.
However, when I will kind of say to Josh that the one thing I will say with regards to AI and delivering predictive or real predictive maintenance, or CDM or there's all kinds of different names for it, but predictive maintenance is what we're talking about, whereby AI will predict that a part will fail or or something will go wrong.
So i.e. it's coming to the end of its life.
It's coming to the end of its life.
So replace it proactively.
Or there's an issue with a bearing or something like that. Yeah. Those things, it may take away from certain elements of human interaction, in that we might not have a 24/7 based engineering team.
Right.
We might do split days. Yeah. Right. But the AI is never going to prevent a flood.
No.
So AI is never going to. It might be able to do certain elements, such as it might have a valve somewhere that goes, "I've detected a flood, shut it off." We've got all these systems already in place.
Yeah.
But the retrospective maintenance or the retrospective remediation of any of those things will always be an engineering team that's required to do it.
And then to lead on to that, the AI system is only as good as the information you provide it. Yeah. Okay. The engineering team needs to provide the key tools and the information back to the system to be able to give you the correct information.
But what about when, I've asked this question before, I'm going to ask it again because I'm interested in your answers. What about when AI transitions to AGI, which is...
It will still take an engineer to put it in.
Yeah, I know, but are you sure?
So there will always be an element of human interaction, in that the data might be planted on a screen somewhere.
Yeah, but you know that artificial general intelligence, when it actually
you're talking
gets
about,
to that,
about the robot revolution.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
robot
robot
revolution.
revolution.
He's talking about Starlink and Terminator and stuff like that.
No. But to be fair, if you actually listen to people that are in that space, they don't think AGI is that far away. They actually think that it'll be here within the next.
I think it's going to be here
several years.
Yeah. I reckon it's going to be here within the next 5 years. Okay? There's platforms that are actually taking what you put into it and learning, and then putting predictive text and predictive typing of what you want. Okay, it's here already, right? You just don't know it's here. Okay, but the aspect of what we're going to look at: when do we let a machine take control? Because once you let a machine take control, then you've actually lost control of what the being is of everything else. Okay, as we went back before, you've got no emotion, no compassion. Okay, you can't make the decisions that you need to. Okay, it's analytical decisions only.
The thing is, though, once it gets to something like artificial general intelligence, that decision is kind of taken away from us.
Correct.
Because not only is it, not only does it have the capability to do the things that we can't do, it's smarter than us. It can make decisions quicker than us. It can react better than us. I saw a video today. I've had this covered. The boys are probably going, "Oh God, not again." But the reality is, I saw a video today, right, where there was a robot, a humanoid robot that could do karate and all of the moves associated with karate in the same way that Bruce Lee could. Absolute fact. Yeah. No,
I just don't think.
So if it's that malleable, what I'm saying is if it's that malleable, i.e. you can take a robot in human form and then you put an element of intelligence, which is, because you've got artificial general intelligence, and there's another one which is above it, and that's like God mode for AI, and that's when things get really mental.
I just don't think we'll allow it to happen, Mark. I think there will become.
I think you're not taking into account how greedy human beings are.
I do believe.
I think if people are going to make money to be able to cut down on labour forces, they're going to do that.
Of course they are.
But the legislation,
because at the end of the day, right, you can take as what we said, take the emotion. You can do this. You can actually sell them to do something repetitively, safely each time, and they're not going to get injured. They're not going to be sick. They're not going to do this. There's no.
Did you know?
I've seen a scenario where, for example, there's a fire in a plant room. Yeah. Okay. And in that plant room, there is CO2 gas suppression, right?
Of course it is. Yeah.
No, but let's say there's a human being in there, and the machine has got the decision to make: kill the fire or kill the human.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if it's a business-based decision, it'll kill the human.
No way.
Because it'll save the asset.
Not if we put,
but if we
give them some morals, mate.
If you can't,
thou shalt not kill. Let's just go with the 10 commandments in them. You know what I mean?
It's like Asimov's rules of robotics, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what I was going to go into, right? The hardest part, I think we've probably already got the tech already, right? Do we use it now? Its full potential? No. Right. And most of that is built around the legislation, right? And what we will allow.
I don't think we have legislated for that at the moment.
It's exactly
my point. I
don't
think we have. And I don't think we will. I think we'll legislate for it. Same as all government, it usually happens.
We don't have a culpable party in AI. And that's the issue. There's no culpable party. There's no person to be left to blame at the end.
No.
Right, so there's no financial recourse. There's no answers that you can give anyone.
No.
If you look at the construction disasters we've had, right, and you look at that, and one very notable one where there was no culpable party in the uproar that caused, it would. We always going to look for the blame culture and what that is. And I think AGI and AI, until they can get those commandments of what AI and decision-making process, the button will always be pressed by a human. Until we find a culpable party.
I don't know if you've seen online, but they are now taking pre-sale orders, right, for a 5'6" humanoid robot that can be purchased by the average individual.
What's it mean?
It's called it's called
Have you put a down payment already?
No, but it is actually that. It's a 5'6" humanoid robot that can do tasks in the home. So it can fill your dishwasher up, do your gardening, wash your dishes, things like that. So and the pre-sale for this is 2026. Right. So you can, and there are people buying them right now, which will be delivered in 2026.
So do you think, let's put it in perspective, do you think, is that because now people are asset rich and time poor?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And they're trying to increase their standard of life or increase their functionality of life to be able to do things differently with their own.
For me, it's not so much that. For me, it's more about the fact that there is something now that can do all of the movements. It can do this, do that. It has the dexterity that we do with fingers and thumbs. It can bend its knee. It can bend down. It can sit down. It can stand up.
It can do karate.
It can lift. It can do karate like Bruce Lee. That's what I'm saying. That to me, that's where because the AI is one thing. Like the computer technology has already been there. You know,
well, that's what I'm saying. The whole fact is like next year we'll see driverless Uber in London.
Yeah,
it won't go anywhere near it.
Yeah, but I know it's coming.
In the States, isn't
I
it?
would for a laugh if it's cheap.
You know
what I mean? If there's nobody driving, I better get 50% off. You know?
And he still took me to the wrong address.
Yeah, exactly.
We know what goes into that, and I certainly would never be getting it.
Yeah, no, I'd get it, mate. 50% off.
The car I've got now can drive itself, right? Do I use it? No.
Yeah.
And do we allow?
That's why it keeps running out.
Sometimes, if I drop my phone,
he ends up in deepest, darkest Kent, doesn't he?
He lives in deepest, darkest Kent. There's no charging points where he lives.
If I drop my phone on the floor, I'll put it on and I'll turn around and get it. For that, it's great.
Yeah.
Right? Can the car drive throughout the roads and do whatever it needs to do? Yes. Do we allow it to? No. So the argument I don't feel is AI ready.
Yeah.
I think the argument is, are we ready?
Yeah.
And that's not the collective we of FM. Is everybody ready?
Okay. I want you guys, all three of you, to promise me something right now. All right? In 12 months' time, you come back onto the show and we have that discussion again. Because I think
the differences, yeah.
Because I do think that I will be proven right. Josh, you will be wrong as usual.
Do I have to come or can I send my robot?
No.
It's 5'6".
You can send your avatar. No, but honestly, I would love to have this conversation again in 12 months' time because I think it will be. What I think, I've said this before. I think it's going to outpace the internet. The internet made huge changes to us in a 20-year period. I think this is going to do it in between 2 or 5 years, and I've said that consistently for the last year. At first, I thought it was a tool.
For the last 2 or 5 years.
No. But at first, I thought it was a tool. I thought it'd be a tool. I think it'd be something that we use the same way that we use the internet now. Yeah. But I think it's changing, and I think it's progressing so quickly that. And I'm not saying it's going to take over engineers' jobs and operatives' jobs.
No,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that where we are now is going to be so different in 12 months' time.
I do feel there is premise to it, right? The internet was given for free. Right,
until they learn to monetize it, mate.
Could you imagine if
it's central?
Yeah, exactly.
Whoever sat, if you had, a patent on World Wide Web or whatever, you'd be rich throughout your whole thing.
Yeah.
When they give AI away for free, then I think the uptake of AI will happen. We most of it is for free.
Well, it is
now.
free at the minute. Well, I mean, you can pay, or you can you. If it's free, your information is unprotected, so it can be utilized everywhere.
Yeah.
If you pay, then it's protected. It doesn't go out into the ether.
But you take it away from it being a commodity and a necessity.
Yeah,
and I think that's the internet is a necessity for all of us.
Well, I think AI will be within about 12 months.
Yeah,
I really do.
I mean, look at what happened in Hollywood, right? Just as an
scripts.
example.
Yeah,
scripts.
When they went on, it was AI writing the scripts.
Yeah.
That's why they went on.
Yeah, that's why they had a writer's strike.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Have you listened to AI generated music?
Some of it's incredible.
Quality, yeah. Mate, that is bang on.
Some of it's
you've got all the, for any musicians want to come to FM.
Yeah.
Get down
yeah, well, they ain't got a job anymore, have they? You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
I think, there was a misconception around what AI was going to take. Copywriters aren't really a thing anymore. Yeah. Do I think the creative minds should be really worried about AI? No.
Right.
Because I do feel it can repurpose something and remake something really well, but the creative spark has to be there. But I won't lie, if I was in, that kind of industry now, I'd be very worried. Yeah. Or if I was a pilot, I think I'd be very worried.
I don't think it's going to kill off anything specifically.
No,
I just think it's going to be so... I think what we imagine now it's going to be so different 12 months to 24 months down the road.
I'll tell you what, Mark, you're on.
That's what
12 months' time we'll come back.
12 months' time we'll come back. I think we're going to see in 12 months, okay, me personally, I think we're going to see a rise in the level of unemployment.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
Well, it's already happening.
It is, but I'm also going to see, we're going to see it rise drastically a little bit when people start to realise what tools can be used and what tools can be utilised and what people need
universal basic income, is that where we're going, do you think?
Exactly, yeah. So there's a whole lot of
digital ID.
Don't start.
Shall we finish this conversation right now?
Don't start. No, that's a long conversation.
All right. Well, listen. One quick question. Right, I'm gonna because we're coming to the end. We're gonna have to end. This has been such a great episode. So engaging. But quick question: what's the oldest building you've looked after? Each of you, quick fire. Oldest building. How old? Ali?
All I've done is new builds.
New builds. Josh?
I did a small time as consultant, Lloyd's of London.
Right.
One of my favourite buildings.
How old was the building?
Don't know.
Have a guess.
It's old.
1980.
Yeah.
1980. I was born then.
That's not old for me.
Damien?
London Stock Exchange data centre.
How old?
I'm not too sure. I think about 1980s.
Okay, next question.
Oh, sorry. Hayes Galleria.
Hayes Galleria? Ooh,
Hayes Galleria.
Hayes Galleria. How old?
Don't know. It's old. It's great.
It's over 100 years. You're from here. How do you not know that?
I know, Mark.
Yeah, but nobody. Who asked that question? How old is this building?
Because I'm coming into a new bit, mate.
You live here. How old is this building?
I don't live it. Okay. Any ghosties in any of your buildings? It was Halloween last week.
Not in a building that I've managed, but on a ship I was on.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Come on, Ali, tell us a story.
On the Canberra.
What happened?
On the TSS
Was
Canberra.
it scary?
It was, no, it wasn't.
No?
I mean, I don't think it was scary. But
was your backstrokes?
It was. But it's quite nice, actually.
Just what's that going? Oh, my love, my darling.
That's just Ali.
I'm good. Whoa.
So on prom deck, you could like walk from aft to forward, and the kind of shape of the ship was like that, you know.
Yeah.
And Canberra was one of the last ships to be. She was built as an ocean liner.
Yeah.
So she still had like first and second class.
Oh,
right?
really?
So that's right, but obviously being a
we'll have that with AI.
Being a yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of people actually die on cruise ships, don't they?
No, they do. Yeah.
I didn't realise how many
yeah.
people actually just either go missing. I did one a couple of years ago, and like some people just
work.
No, they do. They just disappear.
Some people just like rather than do retirement home, they'll just go sail the world and then
go to work.
I think it's a really good way to go.
Well, it's the median age, isn't it? To be fair, he's quite high for that kind of. That's why Ali was there.
Getting back to my ghost story, Josh. You know, this wasn't somebody that died.
No.
Oh.
This was somebody who was already dead.
Well, they clearly died at some point.
Yeah, but they were already dead, right? So I was walking across prom deck from stern to forward, and I saw this person like walking in front of me, probably about from here to the window away.
Yeah,
and they were wearing like really funny clothes, you know. And I said, "That's a bit strange, you know."
Yeah,
and then they went kind of. So they kind of disappeared in the hollow, and I was watching you. They were gone. Right now, that wasn't the strange thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going, oh, they must have gone into a cabin or something, right?
Yeah, I was going to say you're from Scotland.
Yeah.
You wear funny clothes all the time.
And they disappear all the time in Scotland, isn't it?
Bring it on. I can handle it. So,
how many pints deep were you this day?
I was stone cold sober. And as I walked kind of further on, you know, you get that thing, you know, on your head, turn around. You know, so turn around. You're going. So I turned around, and this person was behind me.
Oh, no way!
Right?
No.
That's a God's honest truth, and I just turned round forward and bolted. But I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it now. But yeah, that was really, really.
Was it a man, woman?
Woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Old, young?
I couldn't. I didn't stick around long enough to ask.
Was it an ethereal figure, or was it like? Did he look like an actual person?
A real person.
No way.
But literally, it was within the space of 20 feet. disappeared and was behind me.
Did she do that Ghostbusters librarian thing?
No. I didn't. Again, I didn't stick around long enough to find out, but I just bolted.
All right, well, guys, that kind of brings us to the end of episode 3 of the facility. How have you found it? Have you enjoyed it?
It's been great, Mark. Thanks very much for inviting us. Great, it's been really good.
Damien, and you were quite nervous, weren't you? So
I was a little bit nervous. I felt like I'd been a bit press-ganged into this by a couple of so-called mates, acquaintances.
You did do incredibly well, though, and some of your insights were really interesting.
I had a bit of fun and just relaxed into it. Just realised I wasn't going to be put to the sword, which I thought was going to be.
We're not here to beat you up, Damien. We're not here to beat you up. And Josh, obviously, you're all out of this now, mate. You know what I mean? You've been
I don't know why you keep asking me back.
Well,
after that ghost story, you're not coming back, mate.
Think, all right.
I'm back again.
I'm back again. No, it was great. It's a pretty good setup you've got here.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. And thanks to the guys.
Yeah, thanks.
The unsung heroes in the background that never really get seen, but do all of the hard work, which is Finn and Ruben for the listeners out there.
Well done, guys.
We'll get a team photo at some point with the boys.
If you want to join facilities management, following any of our footsteps.
By the way, lads, they're looking for engineers. I don't know if you got that through there. Okay. All right, Jack. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us. And it's really, really great to see how passionate you all are about the industry and how passionate you all are about bringing in new, younger generations to help move it forward. But it's been absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mark.
That's an absolute pleasure. All right, guys. That brings us to the end of another episode of the Facilities Management Exchange. I'd like to thank my guests. It's been absolutely great having them join us today. As ever, I'm going to sign off as usual. Can't be good, be bad. Bye-bye.